Pleasure morning, dear viewers. Today we shall think about covering letters. Here, resume and covering letter, that is two faces of the same coin. If you're going to lodge a resume, you must have to provide covering letter, which is also called job application, to any company. Out of which, what is the formalities, how we are going to do that, that is the most important, that play a predominant role. My dear young learners, in this emerging situation, everything should be updated. See, today the basic concept just I would like to tell about what is the covering letter, what are the important segments it has contained, that we shall go line by line, my dear young learners. Here we should have to write, that is the first, you are the write as a sender's name, and later that followed by the formality with respect to the date of the advertisement, and that is application when you are going to lodge it. Therefore, the concept like this, you have to write in the name as XXX and that followed by the address as YYY. And this is completely with respect to the academia, how we are going to present to that. Yes, and the next we are going to consider with respect to the company, what are the main, the development or the upgradation of the covering letter in the next format, my dear young learners. Here the concept like this is nothing but the name you should have to write, that is as XXX, that followed by the YYY as such. And that is nothing but once again name, and it's followed by address or email ID as such. Next one, the date follows with respect to, for example, digit we have to come next 19th and July 2020, like that you have to frame, that is a date as such. And the next one is the manager. Later that follow with a, what is the company name? You can write as Measures GFIL Limited, something like that. The company in the name of Measures, you should have to write M/S, you can write here. Measures GFIL TD, like that you should have to write. That followed by the road, and later you are going to consider the city where the company is situated. These are the formalities you should have to fill, that is to address, this is from address. And later you should have to write, that is either you have to respect with a salutation in the name of Sir/Madam. That followed by you have to follow some comma here, that is the significance role that play, once again that has to play with respect to the what you are going to write in the next. That is nothing but subject orientation. That subject you should have to write, the subject here works as a topic sentence. That is nothing but application for the post of junior assistant, dear students. Therefore, application for the post of junior assistant, if you are going to write as a manager or a junior assistant, at that time you should have to write J is in the uppercase and A as like that, junior assistant, and later you have to put some full stop over there. And later you have to consider with a reference how you came to learn there exists a vacancy. Therefore, that is your advertisement in the Hindu. Here, as and when you know that, if use of the article is the most important here, the Hindu, it is the name of a paper, the publication as such, and which dated, you have to write within the same concept as such, 19th in this way, and then month later, and the year follows. And next, you should have to color, this is the things like this, this is the space we have to leave here, this space we call as indent. Therefore, first you can just to recognize, once again came to learn like this, Sir/Madam, that followed by with indent, and later subject followed by reference as such. And later you should have to think like this, how it is correlated. This is also a verbal communication, dear young learners, where this is like a paragraph. In this paragraph, you should have to consider what is this application for the post of junior assistant that works as a topic sentence. That topic sentence, it has to follow with assisted with respect to the some other sentences. This is correlated and it is directly adding the sentences of this particular topic sentence. Therefore, you see here your advertisement in the Hindu dated 19 July 2021. This is also correlated with, this is as a reference. You should have to write like this only. And later, you should not keep any indent here. You should have to maintain, this is called the margin you have to maintain, and always in the left side, you have to consider in response to your advertisement, mentioned above. This is mentioned above. You have to put some comma. Comma is an indication that further is on. Here, in response to your advertisement, I am applying for the post of, junior assistant, already mentioned here. And later, I have passed my PUC with first class. Here, dear viewers, you should have to notice that what type of the sentence that come to the picture. Here, I am applying, that is nothing but present continuous function it is. You have to mention in response to the above mentioned subject, above mentioned reference or above mentioned advertisement. You can write here. This also works with respect to the present tense. And later you can consider, I have passed my PUC with distinction or first class. There you have to come like this, I have passed. It is the perfect tense because you have completed what is the qualification required. Therefore, what you are, that tells about I have completed or I have passed my PUC with distinction or with first class. Then you have to write like, I have taken. Again, you should have to notice that as and when we are going to use have in the perfect tense, that should have to follow with V3 form of the verb, dear young learners. Here also, I have passed, pass, passed, passed, like that. V3 form of the verb will comes. Here also, I have taken a course in office management. Again, I am fluent in English and Kannada. I am fluent in both English and Kannada. That tells about I am fluent in both English and Kannada. That's once again present tense, dear students. And later, I have an experience of 2 years. That tells about, as and when you use the word have, that tells about the perfect tense. Perfect tense, that is the correlated because it is a declaration statement. What you are supposed to say, it has to put it in the resume. Resume and this one and the same concept as a declarative statement. Therefore, you should have to use some perfect tense in the middle or in central or of this whole paragraph, dear young learners. See, as a junior assistant, I have an experience of 2 years as junior assistant in some ABC company. And later, I have enclosed my resume with this application. I hope it will meet your requirement. Such that I humbly request you to grant me a job. Here, I hope it will meet your requirement. Dear young learners, you don't think like this. Will is works as the some sort of the willingness that shows. Once again, will works as a future tense and will works as the willingness. What I am the candidature of this particular position, what you are looking for, that tells about it will meet the requirement as such. This is how, and later you should have to show some gratitude in the way of thank you. You should not say thanking you because thanking you is once again stative verb. We should not use that. Then you have to use as a thank you with gratitude. And later, yours faithfully. Yours faithfully, you must have to write because this is a job application. You do not know who is sir, who is madam. This is once again hiring team. This is hiring team. Therefore, you should have to write yours faithfully. Don't add any apostrophe here. Here the concept is like this. Just because it is referring to the hiring team, you do not know who is, whether he or she. Therefore, you should have to write and end with yours faithfully, and that has to be come with respect to the signature, and you write what is triple X like this. This is how the covering letter the states. This is also called cover letter. Cover letter also play a predominant role as resume as such, dear young learners. Here the concept is like this. You should have to write one covering letter along with resume. That is the main criterion, dear young learners. Thank you very much.